They will never admit this. Not in the light of day, not in words, not even to their closest friends over wine and sincere conversations. But almost every woman has a similar fantasy, a hidden desire that is not connected with romantic candlelit dinners or compliments. It's about something else entirely, so that she is not taken roughly or by force, but with silent confidence. This is a fantasy that she hides deep within herself, which manifests itself only when she feels truly safe, ready to give herself to a man who does not beg, does not justify himself, does not ask permission for his every action. They don't talk about it because it's taboo, because it's rude, because it's real. This video will lift the veil. We'll look into the psychological and sexual origins of the most important female fantasy, buried under decades of noise. You'll learn how to recognize it, how to launch it without a single word, and how to become the man she doesn't avoid, but begins to follow. Chasing her own imagination. Most men will never understand this, but you're not like them. You're different. Oh, and before we continue, I have a gift for you, a free ebook guide to managing. Women's the Mind reveals hidden mechanisms that make any woman crave you. Download right now. The link in the description or in the pinned comment. Let's go alone. The fantasy of being taken without words is what she secretly dreams of, but never admits out loud. This fantasy lives deep inside a woman. It's not about flowers, not about romance by candlelight, and not even about scenes from her. She's darker, more ancient, and much more instinctive than her favorite movie. Most men will never be able to awaken her. Why is it? Because they're too polite, too predictable, too passionate about following a script they didn't write at all. They are. But you, if you learn to open this code, she will look at you differently and she won't understand why. But her body will feel it even before her mind has time to realize it. So what is the essence of this fantasy? Let's take off the masks. She wants to be taken completely, absolutely, without the slightest hesitation, not violently, not forcibly. It's about violence and not about fear. It's about inner confidence. This fantasy comes to life the moment a man doesn't ask. He knows. He doesn't negotiate. He leads. He doesn't doubt. He acts at the very moment when she no longer controls anything but feels completely safe. Safe when he pulls her towards him slowly, but without a shadow of doubt, when his energy speaks, "You're mine." And her body whispers back, "Finally let it go through you." She doesn't want to be the one who makes all the decisions. She doesn't want to explain exactly what she needs. She doesn't want to teach you how to touch her soul. She wants to surrender, but only to a man who can withstand her surrender. That's the unpleasant truth. She will never say it out loud, because she was taught to be silent, because she's afraid that it will make her weak, because the modern world requires her to be a leader, to keep everything under control, to be strong every minute. But somewhere deep down where her secret fantasy lives, she dreams of feeling yours, the power without shouting, your presence before you say anything, your hands that already know where to go, your energy that speaks without words. I can see right through you even before I touch you. This is the fantasy that most men never get to, because it requires the rarest quality of silent dominance, the very thing that doesn't stick out, doesn't brag, doesn't beg. If you want to arouse this desire in her, you won't need any muscles, cheap phrases, money, or status. You need to understand the essence. The male energy leads. The female energy responds, not because it is weaker, but because this is the essence of nature. All day long she leads at work, online, in society, but next to you she doesn't want to lead. She wants to, but you have to give her a reason to do this. Let me tell you a story. There was one man who was silent. He didn't talk much, he rarely smiled. But when he entered a room, women noticed it, not because he was the loudest, but because there was silence in him. The very silence that seemed to speak, "I know who I am, and I know what I want." One evening, he was sitting across from a woman he knew. She was used to attention, used to control, used to men always trying to bend down and achieve. But he didn't pursue. He just watched. Every time she said something, he paused before answering, as if weighing her phrases, absorbing them, and at the right moment, he bent down and uttered a single phrase. "You sound like you're waiting to be interrupted." She froze, not because she was offended, but because at that moment someone saw right through her. He didn't say a word anymore. She leaned closer. Her voice became quieter. Her body changed. She didn't even notice how her knees touched his that night. She wasn't looking for a date. She wasn't waiting for gentle phrases. She didn't want to ask permission. She just wanted to feel something that couldn't be resisted, and she felt it. So this is the fantasy of being taken apart by a man who knows exactly what he's doing. Now, how to awaken her fantasy instantly, without vulgarity, without pretending. A look that holds rather than chasing. Most men look away too early, or drink for too long, trying their best to show confidence, and you keep calm without excuses, as if you've already seen it. A voice that slows down time. Speak more slowly than usual. Use pauses. Silence. It's power. If there's an intention in it, it pulls her inside. Let her fill the pause. Her imagination will do more for you than any words. A touch that leads and retreats. A touch in silence. A moment of intimacy and a step back. It's tension. And tension creates desire faster than any compliment. Presence without fuss. Stillness. That's what attracts. Most men can't stand the silence. They look at the phone, touch the shirt, look away, and you're like a mountain, calm, motionless. The words that break through its defenses. She'll come with a role to play, tease, test, but if you say what you get, then she'll feel it, not a phrase from a pickup truck. But the truth is something like, "You're hiding behind control. I wonder who you are when you let it go. This is gasoline." She may laugh, she may pretend to disagree, but she'll remember because deep down she was waiting for the one who would pull out her fantasy and not even name it. And this is where it begins. The most exciting thing is, as soon as you awaken her fantasy, she will start chasing you herself, not because she is desperate, but because she wants to experience this feeling again. The very moment when her body said, yes. Even before the mind had time to realize it, this is not what she feels every day. The truth is that most women will live their whole lives without ever feeling it. So if you are the one who gave her this feeling, she will not forget you. She will not try to analyze you. She will just be drawn as if enchanted, as if on. And the most powerful thing is that you don't need to become someone else. You already know who you are. You just need to become more of yourself. Less talking, more silence. Less searching, more awareness. Less evidence, more inner knowledge. That's how you exist in her fantasy. Asking if it's okay to come in, because deep inside every woman there's a scene that she's never talked about out loud. The one that hides behind her laughter, her ambitions, her independence. And as soon as you wake her up, she stops pretending, throws down the mask, and disappears into you like she's back home. And she doesn't even understand why. Now you know you're only. That you walked through a secret corridor of her mind to a place that most men don't even know about. If you were attentive, you didn't just hear her fantasy, you felt it. It's not about being louder, it's not about being more beautiful, and it's not even about being perfect. It's about presence, it's about silence, it's about control that doesn't need words, it's about power that doesn't require noise. Most men will spend their whole lives trying to woo women with words, and you'll be the one she follows in silence because you've touched something deeper than just her skin. If it opened you up. Imagine what you don't know yet. The next step is to enter a closed space where we go deeper. No censorship psychology, dark truths, and tools that create such a strong attraction that she herself won't understand why she became obsessed. And as a gift, you will receive a free ebook with the disclosure of the hidden habits of women with a high level of desire and precise instructions on how to awaken the very fantasy that she never talked about out loud. Link below. But remember, this knowledge is not for everyone, but only for those who are ready to accept it. Now, you understand why she could not get you out of her head and no longer. I'll see you inside. Yeah.